Have you ever felt that sinking feeling in your stomach the second you spot another dog down the street? You know the feeling. The barking, the lunging, the pulling, that sense of being totally and completely out of control. It is so frustrating, and honestly, it can be pretty embarrassing. It leaves you feeling helpless. But what if I told you there's a clear, science-backed way to change all of that? Well, that's what we're here to do. Let's find that path from chaos to calm. Does this sound familiar? I mean, this is a real comment from a dog owner, probably just like you, watching a video of a calm dog. It just hit the nail on the head, doesn't it? It captures that feeling of hopelessness perfectly. But here's the thing. That calm dog, it wasn't just born that way. It was taught, and your dog can learn too, for sure. So here's our game plan. First, we're going to really dig into what's going on with the uncontrollable dog problem. Then we'll get into cracking the canine code, learning their language. After that, the really cool part, rewiring your dog's brain. Then we'll lay out a step-by-step training game plan and finish up with a real-world survival guide to help you out on your daily walks.
All right, let's start at the very beginning. What is actually happening when our dogs seem to lose their minds at the sight of another dog? Yeah, if you're nodding along right now, I get it. You are so not alone. This is what trainers call reactivity. And it can look like a lot of different things, from that desperate, high-pitched whining to explosive lunging and that kind of crazy kangaroo hopping. Whatever it looks like, it's this huge, overwhelming behavior that can make every single walk feel like you're heading into battle. And here's the absolute most important thing to understand. What looks like aggression or just your dog being bad on the outside, it's really being driven by a massive emotion on the inside. A lot of the time, that big, scary display is actually rooted in fear. For other dogs, it's intense frustration. Like, they just want to say hi so badly that their brain short circuits. Either way, it's an emotional overload. It's not a choice.
So you see, to change the behavior, we have to understand the emotion. And to do that, we need to learn their language. We humans aren't born fluent in dog, but it's a skill you can learn, and it's what will turn you into your dog's absolute best friend and advocate. Okay, take a look at these two dogs. It's like night and day, right? On the left, you've got a happy, relaxed pup. See the soft, almond-shaped eyes? The loose, open mouth? Now look at the dog on the right. That dog is sending a very different, very clear message. The body is stiff, the lips are pulled back, the eyes are hard. Learning to spot the signals before we get to this point, that's the whole game.
All right, here's one of the first secret signals to look for. It's called whale eye. See how you can see the white part of the dog's eye? That's a classic sign that your dog is feeling stressed out or anxious about something. It's a really quiet call for help that often happens right before a big, loud reaction.
And here's another one you probably already know, the tucked tail. A scared dog will tuck its tail way under, basically trying to make itself as small and non-threatening as possible. They're screaming, "I'm uncomfortable." When you see these signs, your dog isn't being stubborn. They're telling you, "Hey, I can't handle this situation."
Okay, this brings us to probably the single most important idea in all of this, the threshold. Just think of it as the point of no return. Once your dog is over threshold, barking, lunging, completely zoned in, their learning brain has literally switched off. It's just pure reaction. All the good stuff, all the progress, it has to happen when we keep them under that threshold.
Okay, so we know what the problem is, and we're starting to learn the warning signs. Now for the big question, how do we actually fix it? Well, the secret isn't about more control or yelling commands. It's about fundamentally changing how your dog's brain is wired to feel.
So how in the world do you do that? How do you take something your dog finds terrifying or just impossibly exciting and make them feel calm about it or even happy? It sounds like magic, I know, but it's pure science, and it's built on this really powerful two-part process. The first part of the puzzle is called desensitization. It sounds complicated, but the idea is simple. We expose our dog to the thing that triggers them. The other dog. But we do it from so far away that they see it, but don't freak out. They're still under their threshold. We start at a distance where they can be successful, even if that's a whole football field away.
And then, at the exact same time, we do part 2, counter conditioning. This is where the real magic happens. We are going to actively change their emotional response. We're teaching them that seeing another dog doesn't predict something scary anymore. Nope, now it predicts something amazing is about to happen for them. We're literally rewiring their brain from, oh no, to oh yay.
Here's the best way to think about it. Imagine you hated going to the doctor when you were a kid. But what if every single time you went, your parents took you for ice cream right after?
what would happen? Pretty soon, you'd actually start to get a little excited about going to the doctor, right? The doctor's office would start to mean ice cream. That is exactly what we're doing for our dogs. Okay, so theory is great, but let's make this real. Let's turn all that science into a simple, fun, and really effective training game you can start playing today. Okay, this is the look at that game. First step, find that successful distance where your dog is under threshold. And hey, it's better to be too far away than too close. The second your dog looks at the other dog and is still calm, you're going to say yes, and then immediately you give them an amazing treat. I'm not talking about kibble. Think real chicken, hot dogs, cheese. You're paying them for that calm look. Then, over many, many sessions, you can slowly start to get a little closer. A few pro tips to make sure this works for you. Keep the training sessions short and sweet, 5, maybe 10 minutes max. Use those super special ice cream level treats only for this training. It keeps them valuable. And look, if your dog reacts, don't panic. It's okay. It just means you got a little too close. Just calmly turn around, add some space, and try again later. And please, be patient with yourself and your dog. This is a marathon, not a sprint.
So training setups are great, but what about the rest of the time? Real life is unpredictable. So here's how to manage your day-to-day walks to keep your dog from practicing the old behaviors and keep everyone safe and sane. First off, management is your new best friend. Make a simple rule for now: no unleash greetings. It just builds up way too much frustration. And please, avoid the dog park for now. It's just too chaotic. Instead, become a master of the emergency U-turn. See a dog coming, just cheerfully say, "This way," and turn and walk the other direction. No big deal. You can also use a treat magnet, just a handful of yummy treats right on your dog's nose to guide them past a tricky spot. And this quote right here, this is why that management stuff is so critical. It reminds us that even when we're trying our best, we're human. We're gonna miss stuff. We can't read a tiny ear flick or a subtle weight shift as fast as another dog can. Our job isn't to be perfect, but to be our dog's advocate, to create space and manage the world around them so they don't feel like they have to scream to be heard. So when you learn to read your dog's signals and you start to change their underlying emotions, you're doing so much more than just stopping a behavior. You're starting a whole new conversation. It's one built on trust and understanding, not on fear and frustration. You literally now have the tools to change your dog's mind. And when you do that, you change their whole world. So the only question left is, what's your new conversation going to look like?